Hello everyone, this is Refresh and I am here to bring you a battle between the 2019 Challenger decks and the Battle of the Horde Challenge deck from Born of the Gods. Right here we have Lightning Aggro, over there we have Arcane Tempo, over there we have Deadly Discovery, and over there we have United Assault. We'll be playing 2 games against this challenge deck. First on normal difficulty with 3 turns before the Horde attacks, and then on hard mode. We're going to be using 3 hero cards. We have the Harvester, which says tap, draw a card, then discard a card. The Explorer, which says you may play an additional land on each of your turns. And the Vanquisher, which says your starting hand size is increased by 1, your maximum hand size is increased by 1. Since I only have 1 copy of each of these cards, we're going to apply all 3 of the cards to all 4 decks simultaneously. We'll start by drawing 8 apiece. Lightning Aggro draws a Wizard's Lightning, Runaway Steamkin, Get 2 Lava Runner, Mountain, Lightning Strike, Lava Coil, Mountain, and Shock. This deck works fine on a low amount of mana, especially when you have cards like Get 2 Lava Runner and Runaway Steamkin, so we're going to keep this hand here. Arcane Tempo draws a Murmuring Mystic, Niv Mizzet Perun, Shock, Charter Course, Sulphur Falls, Mountain, Radical Idea, and Lava Coil. This deck I think needs a bit more mana than what we have here. So we're going to send this back and mulligan using our free mulligan because this is multiplayer. Arcane Tempo draws 8. Now we have a Goblin Electromancer, Charter Course, Dive Down, Shock, Island, Izzet Guildgate, Mountain, and Lava Coil. It's a lot of non-creature spells, not much of a payoff, but I think we keep this anyways because we have lands, we have things to cast for now. Deadly Discovery draws 8. We get a Swamp, Merfolk Branchwalker, Swamp, the Eldritch Reborn, Memorial of Folly, Golgari Finebroker, Ravenous Chupacabra, and Golgari Guildgate. It's not great, but I think that we have Merfolk Branchwalker on 2 makes this good enough to keep. United Assault draws a Plains Skymarcher, Aspirant, Adana Vanguard, Pride of Conquerors, Dauntless Bodyguard, Leonin Vanguard, Plains, and Benelish Marshal. It's a little short on lands, but I think we have enough low drops, and we're a pretty aggressive deck that we can just keep this one. Turn 1, we'll play a Mountain and a Mountain. And then we'll tap both and we'll play the Runaway Steamkin. It is a 1/1 elemental whenever you cast a red spell. If Runaway Steamkin has fewer than 3 +1/+1 counters on it, put a +1/+1 counter on Runaway Steamkin. Remove 3 +1/+1 counters from Runaway Steamkin, add red, red, red. Arcane Tempo will play an island and a mountain. We'll tap both and then play Goblin Electromancer. It's a 2/2 Goblin Wizard. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. We forgot to draw for turn 1, so we'll do so now. Lightning Aggro draws another Lava Coil. Arcane Tempo draws a Mountain. Deadly Discovery draws, gets a District Guide. We'll play a Golgari Guildgate tapped, and the Memorial to Folly also tapped. United Assault plays 2 Plains. We'll tap both Plains, playing a Leonin Vanguard, which is a 1/1 cat soldier at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you control 3 or more creatures, Leonin Vanguard gets +1/+1 until end of turn and you gain 1 life. We'll also cast a Dauntless Bodyguard, which is a 2/1 human knight. It says, as Dauntless Bodyguard enters the battlefield, choose another creature you control, sacrifice the Dauntless Bodyguard. The chosen creature gains indestructible until end of turn. We'll pair that with the Leonin Vanguard. We'll end the first turn using the Harvester. Lightning Aggro draws a Rekindling Phoenix, and we will discard 1 of the Lava Coils. Arcane Tempo draws an Opt, we'll discard the Dive Down. Deadly Discovery draws a Llanowar Elves, and we will discard the Eldritch Reborn. United Assault draws a Plains, we will discard the Pride of Conquerors. We'll untap. We'll draw. Lightning Aggro draws a Mountain. Arcane Tempo draws a Dive Down. Deadly Discovery draws a Seeker Squire. United Assault draws a Dauntless Bodyguard. Lightning Aggro will play a Mountain. They'll tap 1 Mountain to play a Get 2 Lava Runner. It is a 1/2 human wizard. As long as there are 2 or more instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard, Lava Runner gets +1/+0 and has haste. We cast a red spell that triggers the Runaway Steamkin, so it gets a counter. Arcane Tempo will play the Izzet Guildgate tapped and the Mountain. Deadly Discovery will tap a Golgari Guildgate for green and a Memorial to Folly, and then play the Merfolk Branchwalker. It is a 2/1 Merfolk Scout. When Merfolk Branchwalker enters the battlefield, it explores. We'll take a look at the top card. It is a Golgari Guildgate. We'll put that in our hand. Then we'll play both Swamps. We'll tap both Swamps, and we'll play a Seeker Squire. This is a 1/2 human scout. When it enters the battlefield, it explores. We'll do it again. Finality, we will put in the graveyard. We'll get a counter on the Seeker Square, making it a 2/3. We'll play the plains over here, and then we will tap 3 mana and play the Benelish Marshal. It is a 3/3 human knight. Other creatures you control get +1/+1, making the Bodyguard and the Leonin Vanguard gain +1/+1. We'll go to combat. We'll attack with the Runaway Steamkin. We'll attack with the Goblin Electromancer. At the beginning of combat, we will give the Leonin Vanguard +1/+1, and we'll gain 1 life to go up to 21. Then we'll attack with the Bodyguard and the Leonin Vanguard. That'll deal 10 damage to the Horde. We'll mill 10. We hit 1 Refreshing Elixir. It says when Refreshing Elixir is put into a graveyard from anywhere, each player gains 5 life. There are 4 players, so we'll gain 20 life to go up to 41. Arcane Tempo will pay 1 blue mana to cast Charter Course. It says draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless you attack a creature this turn. We did. So we'll draw 2. We draw a island and an opt. We'll loot at the end of the turn. Lightning Aggro draws a Wizard's Lightning, and we will discard the Lightning Strike. Arcane Tempo draws a Goblin Electromancer. We'll discard the Dive Down. Deadly Discovery draws a Merfolk Branchwalker. We will discard the Llanowar Elves. United Assault draws a Healer's Hawk, and we will discard the Healer's Hawk. We'll untap. We'll draw. Lightning Aggro draws a Runaway Steamkin. Arcane Tempo draws a Lava Coil. Deadly Discovery draws a Golgari Finebroker. United Assault draws a Plains. Lightning Aggro will spend 2 to cast a Runaway Steamkin. It's the second one that'll trigger the first Runaway Steamkin to get another counter. Deadly Discovery will tap the Guildgate for green, that tap 2 more mana, and cast a District Guide. It's a 2/2 Elf Scout. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card or a gate card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. We'll go grab a basic forest. Put that in our hand. We'll shuffle. Then we'll play the Guildgate and the Forest. United Assault will play the Plains. We'll go to combat. We'll attack with the Lava Runner and the Steamkin. And because we have 2 instants or sorceries in the graveyard, the Lava Runner is now a 2/2 with haste. We'll attack with the Goblin Electromancer. We'll attack with the Merfolk Branchwalker and the Seeker Squire. As we go to combat, the Vanguard will trigger, making it a 2/2. We'll gain 1 more life to go up to 42. And then we'll attack with the Leonin Vanguard, the Dauntless Vanguard, and the Benelish Marshal. That's 20 damage. We mill a Refreshing Elixir, getting us another 20 life to go up to 62. We mill a Massacre Totem. It says, when Massacre Totem is put into a graveyard from anywhere, put the top 7 cards of the Horde's library into its graveyard. We'll add 7 more. Then it's an Ultra Mogus. When Ultra Mogus is put into a graveyard from anywhere, the Horde sacrifices 2 Minotaurs. Doesn't have any to sacrifice. Vitality Salve. When Vitality Salve is put into a graveyard from anywhere, each player returns a creature card from his or her graveyard to the battlefield. Lightning Aggro has no creatures in its graveyard. Arcane Tempo has no creatures in its graveyard. Deadly Discovery returns the Llanowar Elves to the battlefield. It's a 1/1 Elf Druid, and it says tap, add green. United Assault plays a Healer's Hawk out of the graveyard. It is a 1/1 bird with flying and lifelink. Arcane Tempo will play the island. We'll tap an island and a mountain, and we'll play a second Goblin Electromancer. Deadly Discovery will tap the forest and the swamp. We'll play another Merfolk Branchwalker. We'll explore. We get a Memorial to Folly. We'll immediately draw it. United Assault will pay 2 mana to play the Adanto Vanguard. And then we'll pay 2 more mana to play the Sky Marcher Aspirant. The Adanto Vanguard is a 1/1 Vampire Soldier. As long as the Adanto Vanguard is attacking, you get the +2/+0. You can pay 4 life and it gains indestructible until end of turn. The Sky Marcher Aspirant is a Vampire Soldier with Ascend. Sky Marcher Aspirant has flying as long as you have the City's Blessing. We now have the City's Blessing. And then we'll also play another Dauntless Bodyguard. The Bodyguard will be protecting the Benelish Marshal. We'll pass the turn to the Horde. They'll cast the 5 topmost cards. They cast a Descend Upon the Prey. Whenever a Minotaur attacks this turn, it gains first strike until end of turn and must be blocked this turn if able. A Minotaur Younghorn. It's a 2/2 Minotaur with haste and it attacks each turn if able. Another Minotaur Younghorn. A Plundered Statue. It's an artifact. At the beginning of the Horde's pre-combat main phase, reveal an additional card from the top of the Horde's library. The Horde casts that card. Final one is Intervention of Kuranos. At the beginning of combat this turn, Intervention of Kuranos deals 3 damage to each creature. Well, this is bad. We'll spend 1 mana with lightning aggro to cast Wizard's Lightning, targeting the Horde. That'll deal 3 damage to the Horde. This will put a counter on the Runaway Steamkin, and a counter on this Runaway Steamkin. We'll spend 4 life to give the Adanto Vanguard indestructible, taking us down to 58. We'll also sacrifice both Dauntless Bodyguards to make the Benelish Marshal and the Leonin Vanguard indestructible. Intervention of Karanos deals 3 damage to each creature, killing the Get to Lava Runner and this Runaway Steamkin. It also kills both Goblin Electromancers. It kills all of Deadly Discovery's creatures. And it kills the Healer's Hawk and the Sky Marcher Aspirant. It also kills both Younghorns. At the end of the turn, we'll use the Harvester. Lightning Aggro draws a Fanatical Firebrand, and we will discard a Wizard's Lightning. Arcane Tempo draws a Mountain. We will discard the Mountain. We'll also cast an Opt. We'll scry 1. We'll put the island at the bottom. We'll draw 1. We get a Charter Course. We'll cast another Opt. We'll scry 1. We'll take the Shock and put it at the bottom. We'll draw a card. Is it Guildgate? Deadly Discovery draws a Secret Squire. We'll discard the Memorial to Folly. United Assault draws a Sky Marcher Aspirant and immediately discards it. We'll untap. We'll draw. Lightning Aggro draws a Mountain. Arcane Tempo draws a Goblin Electromancer. Deadly Discovery draws a Cast Down. United Assault draws a Plains. We'll go to combat. We'll gain 1 life from the Leonin Vanguard, taking us up to 59. Then we'll attack with the Adanto Vanguard, the Leonin Vanguard, and the Benelish Marshal. We'll attack with the Runaway Steamkin. That is a total of 14 damage. We mill 1 Plundered Statue. It says when Plundered Statue is put into a graveyard from anywhere, each player draws a card. Lightning Aggro draws a Mountain. Arcane Tempo draws a Charter Course. Deadly Discovery draws a Secret Squire. United Assault draws a Plains. But none of that really matters much. We'll tap a Mountain. We'll cast Shock, targeting the Horde. It deals 2 damage to any target. We'll remove the last card left. And then the 2019 Challenger decks will defeat the Horde in normal difficulty. We'll be right back with hard mode. Game 2, we're against the Horde with only 2 turns before it attacks. We'll get started by drawing 8 apiece. Lightning Aggro draws Mountain, Mountain, Runaway Steamkin, Mountain, Runaway Steamkin, Wizard's Lightning, Mountain, and Get to Lava Runner. I think this is a fair hand to keep. Arcane Tempo draws Goblin Electromancer, the Mirari Conjecture, Sulphur Falls, Murmuring Mystic, Lava Coil, Island, Mountain, and Mountain. I think this is a fine hand to keep as well. Deadly Discovery draws Golgari Guildgate, Forest, Ravenous Chupacabra, Llanowar Elves, Wildgrowth Walker, Golgari Guildgate, and the Eldest Reborn. This is not a very good hand, so I think I'm going to mulligan it. Deadly Discovery draws a Swamp, Forest, District Guide, Merfolk Branchwalker, Golgari Fanbroker, Cast Down, and Forest. I think this is a slightly more capable hand, so we will do so. United Assault draws a Plains, Pride of Conquerors, Plains, Healer's Hawk, Plains, Adanto Vanguard, and Plains. This is very heavy on Plains, but I think we can loot out of it, so we will keep this hand as well. Turn 1 we'll draw. Lightning Aggro draws a Fanatical Firebrand. Arcane Tempo draws a Beacon Bolt. Deadly Discovery draws a Golgari Fanbroker. United Assault draws a Plains. We'll play 2 mountains over here, tap them both, and cast a Runaway Steamkin. We'll play the island and the mountain over here. We'll tap them both and play a Goblin Electromancer. We'll play the forest and the swamp over here. We'll tap them both and play a Merfolk Branchwalker. We'll explore. We will dump the Eldest Reborn into the graveyard and put a counter on the Merfolk Branchwalker. We'll play both Plains over here. We'll tap them both and play the Adanto Vanguard. At the end of the turn, we'll use the Harvester to loot. Lightning Aggro draws a Get to Lava Runner, and we will discard the Fanatical Firebrand. Arcane Tempo will draw a Dive Down, and we'll discard the Dive Down. Deadly Discovery will draw a Ravenous Chupacabra, and we will discard Cast Down. United Assault will draw a Conclave Tribunal, and we'll discard a Plains. We'll untap. We'll draw. Lightning Aggro draws a Mountain. Arcane Tempo draws a Mountain. Deadly Discovery draws a Swamp. United Assault draws a Benelish Marshal. Lightning Aggro will play 2 more mountains. We'll tap 2 mountains to cast another Runaway Steamkin. We'll put a +1/+1 counter on the first Runaway Steamkin. We'll tap 2 more mountains to play 2 Get to Lava Runners, putting 2 counters on each of the Steamkins, taking them to 4 and 3. United Assault will play 2 planes. We'll tap 3 of the planes to play the Benelish Marshal, and then we'll tap 1 to play a Healer's Hawk. We'll go to combat, and the Adanto Vanguard will attack as a 4-2. Steamkin will attack as a 4-4. Electromancer will attack as a 2-2. Branch Walker will attack as a 3-2. That deals 13 damage to the Horde. We mill an Altar of Mogus, they're known Minotaur's Sacrifice. We mill a Refreshing Elixir, we'll gain 20 life and go up to 40. We mill a Massacre Totem, we'll mill 7 more. We mill a Plundered Statue, we'll all draw 1. Lightning Aggro draws a Lava Coil. Arcane Tempo draws Charter Course. Deadly Discovery draws Jade Light Ranger. United Assault draws Sky Marcher Aspirant. We will play a Mountain and a Sulphur Falls. It comes into play tapped unless you control an island or a mountain. We have both. And then we'll tap all 4 of these manas to play a Murmuring Mystic. This is a 1/5 human wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 blue bird illusion creature token with flying. Deadly Discovery will play a Swamp. We'll tap all 3 of these to play District Guide. We'll go searching for Golgari Guildgate. We'll put that into our hand. We'll shuffle. We'll play the Golgari Guildgate tapped. At the end of the turn, we'll use the Harvester. Lightning Aggro will draw a mountain. We'll discard a mountain. Arcane Tempo will draw an Opt, and we will discard the Mirari Conjecture. Deadly Discovery will draw an Overgrown Tomb, and we will discard the Overgrown Tomb. United Assault will draw in a Johnny's Pridemate, and we will discard the Pride of Conquerors. Then we'll go to the Horde's turn. They will cast the top 5 cards. They cast a Reckless Minotaur. It's a 4/1 Minotaur with haste. It attacks each turn if able, and at the beginning of the end step, destroy Reckless Minotaur. They cast a Minotaur Goreseeker. It's a 3/2 Minotaur with haste and attacks each turn if able. They cast Descent Upon the Prey. Whenever a Minotaur attacks this turn, it gains first strike until end of turn and must be blocked if able. They cast another Minotaur Goreseeker and a Phobos Reaver. It's a 2/3 with haste. They're going to attack with first strike, and they must be blocked if able. So this doesn't look very good for our team. We'll block the Reckless Minotaur with the Murmuring Mystic. We'll block the Phobos Reaver with the Benelish Marshal. We'll block one of the Goreseekers with the Runaway Steamkin, and the other Goreseeker with the District Guide. Before first strike takes effect, we will remove 3 counters from the Runaway Steamkin to add 3 mana to our mana pool, and then Lightning Aggro will cast Wizard's Lightning, targeting the Goreseeker that is combating Runaway Steamkin, killing it. The rest of combat will happen. The Reckless Minotaur will hit the Murmuring Mystic and then die to the Murmuring Mystic's counterattack. The Phobos Reaver will run into the Benelish Marshal and will hit it and then die as well. And I'm going to change my mind on hitting the District Guide and instead hit both Gitu Lava Runners. They'll double block the Goreseeker. The Goreseeker will punch one of the Gitu Lava Runners and kill it. The other Gitu Lava Runner will survive, but not be able to kill off the Goreseeker. And that will end the Horde's turn. We'll untap. We'll draw. Lightning Aggro draws a Goblin Chain Whirler. Arcane Tempo draws a Crackling Drake. Deadly Discovery draws a Golgari Guildgate. United Assault draws a Plains. Lightning Aggro will play the Mountain. We will tap 3 to cast the Goblin Chain Whirler. It's a 3/3 Goblin Warrior with first strike. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. Deal 1 damage to the Goreseeker, deal 1 damage to the Horde, causing us to discard the Reckless Minotaur. Casting the card will give the Runaway Steamkin a counter, and then the other Runaway Steamkin a counter. Looks like we forgot to untap Deadly Discovery, so we'll do so. United Assault will play 1 Plains. We'll tap 2 mana to play the Johnny's Pridemate. It's a 2/2 Cat Soldier. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on a Johnny's Pridemate. We'll go to combat. We'll attack with the Healer's Hawk, the Adanto's Vanguard, and the Benelish Marshal. Lightning Aggro will cast the Lava Quill first. It deals 4 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it. We'll exile the Minotaur Goreseeker. This will put more counters on this Runaway Steamkin here. And then we'll attack with the Lava Runner, the Runaway Steamkin, and the Runaway Steamkin. Arcane Tempo will attack with the Goblin Electromancer. Deadly Discovery will attack with both of its creatures. That deals 24 damage to the Horde. We mill the Refreshing Elixir, giving us 20 more life, go up to 60. a vitality salve, so we'll get a creature from each graveyard and put it back on the battlefield. We'll take the Gate 2 Lava Runner for lightning aggro. None of the other decks have any creatures in the graveyard. That's that. Arcane Tempo will tap all their mana and cast Crackling Drake. It is a star 4 Drake with flying. When a Crackling Drake's power is equal to the total number of instant and sorcery cards you own in exile and in your graveyard, and when it enters the battlefield, draw a card. We'll draw a card. We get an island. We'll play the mountain and we'll play the island. We have only one card in the graveyard. We will tap one island to cast Charter Course. We'll draw 2. Now we have 2 in the graveyard. We'll put a die on here to track its power. Deadly Discovery will play the Guildgate tapped. We'll also play a Forest. We'll tap 3 mana to play Jadelight Ranger. It's a 2/1 Merfolk Scout. When it enters the battlefield, it explores and then it explores again. We'll take a look at the swamp and put it into our hand. We'll take a look at the Ravenous Chupacabra and we'll dump it. We'll gain 1 life from the Healer's Hawk, going up to 61. This will also put a +1/+1 counter on the Ajani's Pridemate, making it 3/3. We'll tap 1 mana and cast the Sky Marcher Aspirant. That'll get us the City's Blessing, giving it flying, not that it matters. Then we'll pass the turn to the Horde, which will cast the top 5 cards. They cast a Minotaur Younghorn, a Plundered Statue, a Intervention of Karanos, a Mogus is Chosen, which enters the battlefield tapped, and a Minotaur Younghorn. We will pay 4 life to give the Adanto Vanguard Indestructible. That'll take us down to 57. Arcane Tempo will spend 1 mana to cast Shock, targeting the Mogus Chosen, dealing it 2 damage. This will increase the Crackling Drake's power to 3. And then Intervention of Karanos takes effect. This will kill all of the Minotaurs. It'll kill the Goblin Electromancer. It'll kill all of Deadly Discovery's creatures. It'll kill all of United Assault's creatures except for the Adanto Vanguard. It'll kill all of Lightning Aggro's creatures except for the Runaway Steamkin with 4 counters. We'll untap. We'll draw. Lightning Aggro draws a Rekindling Phoenix. Arcane Tempo draws a Radical Idea. Deadly Discovery draws a Seeker Squire. United Assault draws a Healer's Hawk. Arcane Tempo will spend 1 blue mana to cast an Opt. Scry, we will put that at the bottom. We'll draw, we get a Lava Coil. We'll spend another blue mana to cast a Radical Idea. We'll draw. This increases the Crackling Drake to 5. We'll get 2 1/1 bird creature tokens. We'll use this spin down life counter to count as the 2 tokens. Then we'll go to combat. The Crackling Drake will attack. The Adanto Vanguard will attack. The Runaway Steamkin will attack for 12 damage. That finishes off the Horde, and the 2019 Challenger decks soundly defeat the Horde in straight sets. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of these videos, you can hit subscribe. Next, I'll be taking these Challenger decks up against the dangerous Defeat a God Challenge deck from Journey into Nyx. Until then, this was Refresh, and thanks for watching.